What's going on, guys? It's your boy Clashing here, back with another video. And today's video, I'm going to tell you about this kid that was in my class in 5th grade. And he was just a big jerk. So before the video starts, come on and press like and subscribe for more videos like this. And let's go ahead and start. So there's this kid for this video, we'll just call him Sebastian. So no offense to the viewers that are named Sebastian right now, because eventually there will be at least one. There will be at least one viewer named Sebastian, and no offense to you if you are named Sebastian. So there's this kid Sebastian, and he was just one of those kids that thought he was super cool. Hold on, what's that? He was just one of those kids who thought he was super cool because I don't know if it was because he had money or like what. I don't know. So really, what is that though? Oh, it's a scab. Alright, sorry about that. But he was just one of those kids that, he was just just a jerk, like a Karen, but a boy who was a kid. So he was just a big old jerk. And one time, we were at recess, and he walked up to some random kid and started throwing pebbles at his head, and then a whole bunch of pebbles got stuck in this poor kid's hair for no reason. Like, this kid did nothing to Sebastian to make him mad. He was just one of those kids that wanted to be a jerk. I don't know. I don't know if he had anger issues or what. But one day, they were all heading out to recess. No, they were all heading out to special area. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but that's basically like music, gym, or whatever. Because in my elementary school, we didn't switch classes. And so we were all heading out to special area, and this is whenever I didn't finish a test, because I'm one of those kids that takes a really long time on tests, because I'm really concentrated, and it's just stressful. 5th grade, they were giving us tests about stuff we didn't even know yet, a part of it. And so I was just sitting there, and then I asked the teacher if I could stay back so I could finish the last 3 questions and then come join them. And she said, yeah. And so I just stood back for a little bit and waited for all this for me to finish the test. But it turns out, just because someone threw up in the hallway, they had to stay behind for a few minutes. And so I ended up finishing. But I went so they were all waiting by the door in a line. They were just all waiting by the door in the line. And so I decided to, just go ahead and walk up there and then tell her I was done, and then I'd go back to the back of the line. Well, then I'd go to the back of the line. But no, before I even got up to the front, this Sebastian, he thought I was cutting in line in front of him. So what he did, he grabbed the back of my shirt, pulled it back, and started putting me in a chokehold and just started choking me. And I for real could not breathe for about 15 seconds. He was just holding me back, and me being my 5th grade super weak person, which I still am a super weak person, but not as weak as I was back then. I could not get him off of me, because this kid, he looks like he was held back and he should be in 7th grade or something. So he was just putting me in a chokehold. He was putting me, the 4-foot tall kid I was, he was just putting me in a chokehold for no reason. And so, that's really bad. And so then the teacher comes running at him, and then pulls him back, doesn't pull him back like this, but he just holds him back like this, he's just kind of trying to break up whatever was happening. And he's going what's going on? What's going on? And my teacher back then, we'll just name him Mr. Franklin. Franklin? We'll just name him Mr. Franklin for this video. He was one of those teachers, he has his days where he's chill, and then he has those days where he's not necessarily having a bad day, but it just didn't start out well, so then he's really mad and can sometimes get kind of mean. But, he was, kind of holding back, what's going on? What is going on here? And I was I was coming up to give you my test, and then this kid just starts putting me in a chokehold, and I couldn't breathe. And so then he was Mr. Franklin, he was just like one of those teachers that like once the fight was over, it was over. It didn't like suspend anyone. But clearly this was the first time Mr. Franklin has seen anything like this. So he decided to send what was his name? Benjamin? I don't even remember. He decided to send Benjamin to the office. I don't remember what I named him for the video, but I guess I'm changing it to Benjamin if it wasn't already. So he sends Benjamin to the principal's office. And so Mr. Franklin and everyone else, we just go down to the special area. I went to the nurse on our way down. I went to the nurse for some reason. Like I didn't need to go to the nurse. I mean, he choked me for a little bit, but then that was all. So I didn't really even need to go to the nurse, but it is what it is. And so I went to the nurse. She inspected me. Then I went down halfway through special area because the nurse's office takes a really long time. So yeah, that's basically the time I got in a chokehold from a super rage kid. And that's not the first time he's done things like that to other kids too. He's like I said in the beginning, he's thrown rocks at kids. He's just one of those like really annoying kids. He also like talks back to every teacher no matter what they said. Like one time he was just like, we were having a test in our class, not the same test from this story, but like a little bit later in the year. We were having a test, and once Mr. Franklin said, "All right, everyone, we're gonna have a test," Benjamin went like, "No, we cannot have a test. I do not want to have a test." And so, he just started like throwing a for real temper tantrum because he did not want to have a test whatsoever. So, it is what it is. I'm not in the same school as him anymore. That's good. I'm in middle school, 7th grader. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. It's good that I'm not in the same school as him anymore, because not sure if it's with you, but, my district, we have multiple schools. Like we have 3 or 4 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 high school. So I went to the opposite middle school from him. And so yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. I'm not sure if he moved or not because I never really saw him whenever I did go to the other middle school, because I just moved. And so I'm not sure if I didn't really bump into him. Like I saw him in the hallway. Every time I saw him in the hallway, he was always throwing a temper tantrum. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's one of my longer videos, I know. It's my longest video, but then again, it's only like 8 minutes. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and comment down below whether you guys want more videos like this. And yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. See ya.